Alright, so we have reached the 2-year anniversary of the channel. Time sure does fly. And I did this kind of thing last year. It was pretty fun. You guys seem to like it, I think. So I figured we'll do it again. So, I'm going to look back on all my videos from this past season, kind of talk about them a bit. We're doing a Q&A and some updates, and that'll be that. It'll be cool. There are timestamps for everything, so let's get into it. So I decided to start off season 2 with Star Tropics 2, since I did Star Tropics 1 for season 1, so I thought it made some sense, to kind of come full circle or something like that. I think it's a pretty solid video. I really like the script of it. I think it was pretty, solidly written. I kind of tried putting in more humor to it. I don't think it quite worked because my voiceover in that video is pretty monotone. It's not a perfect video or anything, but for what it is, it's pretty good. It's one of my better ones, I think. Just the monotone voiceover is a bit rough. That video was I think that was made kind of when lockdown was starting, so that must have been the first quarantine review. So that's neat. The game was terrible, but it didn't take me very long to beat. I just kept playing it. I really did not like it at all. Like that, massive downgrade from the first Star Tropics. Decent video, bad game. Just play the original Star Tropics. It's very worth it. It's like one of the best NES games you could play. Not much to say about that video. There's no wacky stories about it, other than I tried a bit more humor. Didn't think it really worked, but it wasn't horrible. But then we get 8-Bit Sonic, which was the first Sonic review of season 2. Since I did Pocket Adventure, I was kind of thinking about the 8-Bit Sonic games. I was like, that could be fun to cover, because I know some Call Me Johnny did it, and I was like, why not? I remember I played the games very quickly. It took me a weekend, I think, maybe a weekend and a couple more days. None of the games are very good, nor is the video. I think 8-Bit Sonic is definitely the dud of the season. I don't really like it very much, but it got over 100 views, so woohoo, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know what was up with my voiceover that day, but it's really bad in that video. It's super monotone, and there's a lot more stuttering than there normally is. And I was using my blue snowball at the time, and you can hear a lot of that crackling noise, which I found out that's because when your phone is your hotspot, it kind of emits these I guess waves or something that actually messes with the microphone, and it creates that noise. So yeah, that's kind of why that happens in that video, which is really annoying. And I don't know, it's just a really boring video. I think the script is fine, and I actually had fun making it. Not a great video. I'm pretty sure it has a dislike, which is pretty warranted in my opinion, because I'm not a huge fan of the 8-Bit Sonic video. I apologize to the fans of that video, but it was bad. I really should have redid the voiceover. If I just did that, then it'd be fine, but I didn't do that. And what bugs me about that voiceover is that I had already done Mario 64, which was a pretty good voiceover for season 1, and then I just went downhill with that voiceover. So yeah, bad video. 0 out of 10. And then the month after that was the soundtracks video, which I have a bit more to say about. I do think this is like one of my better videos in general. I enjoyed making it since it was like, something new. It's pretty different from everything else I did. It was kind of interesting being able to talk about music in a, gaming context. And it went over pretty well. There's a lot of really good comments in that video. But like when I was making it, I remember I was just like kind of listening to, like I kind of made a mental list of like what my favorite game soundtracks are, and I would go back, revisit them, kind of pick and choose. Majora's Mask almost wasn't going to be in there because, as I said in the video, I've kind of grown off of that soundtrack, but it was a very important soundtrack to me in my past, so I figured it ought to be there regardless. But a lot of the other ones were kind of like no-brainers, like Earthbound and Sonic Rush and Sonic CD especially. So I went with Minecraft since it did have more significance to me, due to it kind of helping me see the game in a different light, a better light, as I said in the video. But when I was making it, I did not anticipate it to be 35 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's still the longest video. It's still the longest Row Reviews episode that I have made, so that's neat. I didn't really want it to be that long because I was like, are people really going to watch this? But it did pretty well, mainly with the comments, like I said, but it has like 70 views currently, which is pretty nice. But yeah, it was fun, it was actually kind of fun to edit that video because I got to like listen to the songs I used clips of in the video, so it was kind of nice. Although towards the end of the editing, once I got to the Earthbound section, Premiere started like kind of screwing up or something, I forget, but it was something was going wrong, like files were being like replaced with other files because I'm unorganized, and it was actually pretty annoying to edit the ending of that video, but it still came out really well. I think it's one of my better edited videos. I do think that the end, where I get really emotional over the Earthbound soundtrack, rewatching that part is a bit cringy, kind of. It's a bit corny, but I thought my take was really good, so I just kind of kept it, and it does convey what I'm trying to say, so I guess it isn't. I don't know how it was for y'all to watch it, but whatever, it's not awful or anything. However, there is one cool thing about that video that I do want to mention. I think you guys will find it kind of interesting. So when I was making that video, I was kind of telling my grandma about it because she was asking about what I was working on, and I told her about it, and she got a little more interested in it. And when she watched it, I guess that she kind of thought that video game music was just chiptune stuff, like, beeps and boops and stuff. Which is weird because I would play games around her with volume, so I don't know. But that's besides the point. But when I was, playing the song clips in the video, she found it really interesting that video game music could sound like that, and she actually liked some of the music in there, like the Zelda stuff, I think, because a lot of it is very pleasant, very chill, so it felt kind of nice that it kind of connected with someone, even though it was just a family member. But I'm glad I was able to kind of almost teach her that, hey, game music can sound like real music that you hear, because a lot of the stuff in that video had like organic instruments like Sonic CD and stuff. It had like singing too, because she was watching, she was like, is that from the game? Are these songs from the game? And I'm like, yeah, so it was cool that it was able to connect with her in that way. Made it feel like it had some purpose. Yeah, that was a fun video. and that was the first video I made, and that was the last video I made before I started senior year. Oh boy. Fun video, I like it. A solid voiceover too. Massive improvement from 8-Bit Sonic. But then we get a bit of a gap. But it was a very intentional gap between soundtracks and our next video, the Earthbound Halloween hack review. So, those of you who are familiar with the Row Reviews lore will remember that back in 2019, I was going to review the Halloween hack that Halloween, but due to life, I became very distracted and unmotivated to make that video. Therefore, thus it was canceled because I really needed a break from that video, and I moved on to like Mario 64 and stuff. But as time passed, I was like, you know what? I really ought to revisit this game because there were no great reviews of it. So I thought, man, I really had something with that script. I think I should so go with it. So in September, I remember I started Halloween Hack as soon as I could, and I was recording it and playing it, and I remembered how much it sucked. And basically all I did was I went back to the old script and read it over, trimmed stuff out, added things in. There are quite a few paragraphs that were kept, especially some of the stuff in like the introductionary paragraph. But a lot of it is a lot different. It's more concise, I think, because when I read back the old script, it was kind of bloated. Like, I think what I was trying to do was describe everything, because I guess I was in a mindset of like, oh, in order to review things well, I have to go over everything. And that kind of made it a bit bloated, and I kind of trimmed it down, which, I think that's better than having a long review. And so I finished the game, finished the script. I did the voiceover with my new AT2020 microphone, and then I started editing. And I remember when I made that old teaser, that was like the first few paragraphs, and that took a week to edit, maybe a little less than a week, but I was able to edit that same amount of time in a day. So it really put things into perspective how much quote unquote better I've gotten at making videos. So that was pretty cool. It was pretty nice. And I just continued editing the video, and I remember I finished it in early October, which was quite the accomplishment. I was pretty happy about that, because this video, it did take literally a year to make. And I was able to finally do it. I was proud of the video. I would say it's my favorite, either that or another video we'll get to. And I uploaded it right on Halloween. And then a few months later, like early 2021, it started like racking up views. Like, I remember I was ecstatic about it getting 200 views. And then it got 300 views. And then 500 views. And now it has over 1,000 views, which is crazy. 1.2 thousand. That's just crazy. Like, in the back of my mind, I was kind of hoping, man, it'd be real cool if this video could blow up, because I feel like it kind of had some potential too, because, like, not to brag or anything, but there aren't really any other videos like it. There are reviews of Halloween Hack, but none of them are quite as in-depth. Like, none of them go over the story, which is like the most interesting thing about it. But mine had that. Mine did that. And so because of that, I was like, well, maybe it'll gain some traction. And boy howdy, it did, which was pretty cool. I'm glad that Sonic 1 is not my most viewed video anymore. It was very cool. It was very good, gratifying for that to happen. And it was funny because when it came out, I got like no comments at all. Just random ones. Was just like Row Reviews moment and pot roast. Nothing about the game. But then I actually started getting like comments from like random people about the game. And now I know that Varric is from a game called Brandish 2, which I'm surprised I didn't find that. In fact, 2 people corrected me on that. because I said it was an original character in the video, but it did make more sense because I would always find like these like sprites of Varric and like done in a more realistic, muscular build, and I'm like, what's this from? Why is this fan art? Why did they draw it like this? But now that I know that it's not even an original character, it makes a lot more sense. And all the other comments were pretty nice, you know. It was a good response, and I'm really glad that that was the video to get that many views. So it was really cool. Definitely one of my favorite videos I've done. I really liked the script. I had fun making it. It was just nice to finally make something I've been wanting to make, and I'm glad it, you know, got the amount of traction it got. So thank you to anyone who watched that video, all 1,200 of you. That's just crazy. So yeah, that was the definite major highlight of this season for sure. Definite milestone of the channel. Then after that, I started doing micros, which I thought it'd be a neat experiment, because I was watching like these old Nitrorad videos where he would like sit down in like a very casual setting and just kind of ramble about like an indie game, and I thought that was an interesting kind of idea. Same with like Ant Dude's rapid reviews, and I was like, maybe I could do that to fill space, and I did. I made a few. I don't even know if y'all like them. I think they're okay. I mean, let me know how you're feeling about them. I mean, I don't have to make them, but since there are gonna be more games coming out later, like, I mean, I'm sure I'll get more. Just right now, I'm kind of running dry on stuff to talk about for micros. And then, along with doing a Halloween video, I was actually able to make a Christmas video, which is something I wanted to do last year, but again, life got in the way of that. But now, Christmas nights. Now, is this video very good or great? No, but I enjoyed making it. I mean, Christmas nights is just cool. Like, I know there's already like a million videos on Christmas nights, and the internet doesn't really need another one, but you know what? That's what I wanted to do last year, so I figured I would do it this year. But hopefully, as time goes on, I'll have more unique Christmas videos, because I mean, there are a lot of weird like ROM hacks and weird Christmas games and stuff. Like there's a Wii game based off of those old stop motion films, you know. Those seem interesting. But like I said in the video, I just really wish that there were more Christmas games like it. So, you know, these people need to, you know, start making some Christmas games. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about that video at all. Not much interesting. So yeah, decent video. It's okay. 7 out of 10, something like that. But then we get a more recent video, of course, but that would be the Sonic R and the evolution of game reviews. Now this video right here. You know, I'm usually not the kind of guy that, you know, has more of an ego or pats himself on the back all the time. But you know what? This video, it's pretty great. So I had the idea for that video for a while, and I was waiting until I felt the time was right to do another Sonic video, and I thought it turned out better than I thought. I was honestly expecting a bit more flack, I guess, from like some comments, like kind of like I was expecting way more fact checks and stuff, like, oh well, you didn't know about this YouTuber from 2007 when you were in kindergarten. I don't know, but I guess I did a good job capturing that. I actually didn't research that video very much. I was actually going off of my useless knowledge of game reviewers, and I got a lot of really good comments for that video, you know, just good responses. People thought the video was interesting, which I was happy about, because I think it's interesting too. because like the history of game reviews isn't really talked about very much. Like, I would like to see someone really like do like a long video about the evolution of game reviews, not necessarily tied to like Sonic R, but just in general. But for what it was, I thought it was a cool idea, because reviewing Sonic R in 2021 is stupid. I didn't want to do that. I felt like that would have just been really boring, because I summed up my thoughts on Sonic R in like a sentence in that video, so that ought to go to show you how boring a full review would have been. But yeah, writing the script was pretty smooth, and I really liked editing that video for some reason. I kind of had fun assembling all the visuals and stuff, really making it look how I wanted, and it was just a fun video, and I'm glad it went over well. And in some ways, I do think the Sonic R video could be considered my best video. Either that or Halloween Hack. I think Mario 64, while good, it's definitely kind of fallen off kind of quickly, because I think I like outdid it a few times, but it's not bad. In fact, for a season 1 video, Mario 64 is still really good. You know, Sonic R was just a fun, unique video that I really enjoyed making. That's really it. And then when I finished Sonic R, I was actually kind of like, what now? What should I do next? And then Daft Punk split up, and I was like, maybe I could do a video on Discovery. And then the rest was history. So that video was extremely recent. At the time of recording this, that was uploaded 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I think I got the idea to do that video, I think when I was on the toilet, or at least when I was going to the bathroom. I started like thinking, what if I did do a video on Discovery? And then when I went to bed, I was thinking about it more, and I was like, that would be a really good video. Because in the old anniversary video, I teased videos on Green Day's Dookie and Blink's Enema of the State, which would have been fun videos, and they would have been kind of akin to that Discovery video. But I don't know, it was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. I figured I would pay tribute to Daft Punk in a way I could, and I thought I did a pretty good job. I really enjoyed making that video. Writing it was a lot of fun. It was very quick. It was just flowing like out of my brain. It was fun revisiting the album again, really like really hearing it and thinking about it. Like, man, this really is a masterpiece. It was just a lot of fun. And I enjoyed doing the video editing for it a lot. It was pretty smooth sailing, and I was actually able to get it out before me and my family left for a short vacation. So a W for me. And what's cool about that Daft Punk video is, unlike the old, filthy, really outdated Green Day video, I do not agree with that video anymore. That album was pretty stinky. But this Daft Punk video went over a lot better. I'm pretty sure if I go to the Green Day comments, there's nothing about the album itself or the band or anything relating to music at all. So, but with Discovery, there were comments about Daft Punk and stuff like that. It was cool, and I even got a comment from the SideQuest gamer. So it was cool seeing a comment from a YouTuber that I watch myself. So Alec, if you're watching this, thank you for watching. But I digress. Plus, like, the Daft Punk themselves are kind of, I don't know, they almost have a bit more gamer appeal. I don't know, but I feel like you'd catch more gamers listening to Daft Punk than you would Green Day or something like that. Because, I don't know, robots, electronic music, I mean, it's just cool. It's just cool stuff. Yeah, I'm glad it went over well. I enjoyed making that video. I thought it turned out pretty well. And it was a solid season finale, not necessarily what I wanted the finale to be, but hey, I think it was a good finale for season 2. But I think overall with Season 2, it was just, there was a lot of growth. There weren't so many, like, duds. Because, like, you look back at Season 1, I mean, there's a lot of, experimentation almost. Like, you can tell that I was trying to figure things out, you know? Like, Star Tropics, pretty rough. Sonic 1 and 2, really rough. CD, pretty great. And then, you know, you just got mixed bags. Like you had, oh, there's Lego Racers. Oh, there's Sonic 3. And, oh, there's a Green Day. I don't care about that. And then there's, oh, Mario 64. Wow, that was really good. You know, it's just pretty mixed. In fact, I would almost go so far as to say that, like, Season 1 is like Season 0. Because it's so all over the place in terms of quality. But then once you get to like Season 2, I started it knowing more of how I wanted to do things, and while there still was a fair bit of slight evolution, like, because stuff like soundtracks and Halloween Hack and Sonic R and even like Daft Punk, like those videos kind of had more of a video essay edged to them, which I would kind of like to keep that kind of writing style. It's, you know, just very personal, direct, you know. I let all the biases go through, you know. I don't even care. I think that's what gives things personality, like I said in the Sonic R video. And one big thing I was thinking about, and this is definitely a good thing, there's a lot more confidence towards a lot of the videos in Season 2. Because, like, when I would finish a video, most of the time, especially from soundtracks, when I finished the video, I would kind of sit back and think, you know what, that was pretty good. I really liked that. I liked how I did that, which is good, because I remember with Season 1 especially, during like the classic Sonic videos, I remember when I finished one, I'd be like, no, it's not very good. This isn't good. This could be better. I don't know how to make this better. And I was very doubtful of my skills, but I really think I've gotten better about that. I'm a lot more content with my skills. Well, I don't think I'm like the best YouTuber ever. It's just nice to have just more faith in my videos and be able to say, hey, that was a good video. I think I did a good job, which is good, because, you know, you're your own worst critic. When you're making something, you see all of the little details. You see it, you know what's wrong with it. But if you can kind of set that aside and just kind of look at it as a whole, I think that's a much better mindset, you know. And I think in a way, being in lockdown, being in quarantine, being by myself, I mean, it gave me, you know, a lot of time to work on these videos. Like, what else was I supposed to do, you know? So yeah, overall, Season 2, massive improvement over the first one. I like it. Of course, there was 8-Bit Sonic, which was pretty bad, but you know, you gotta take the bad with the good. You gotta take the bad with the good. So yeah, I enjoyed Season 2. I hope y'all enjoyed Season 2. But now I have confidence that Season 3 will be even better. Now it is time for the Q&A. I got a lot of good questions from this one, so thank you to everyone who submitted a question. Very much appreciated, and this will be a fun one. So first of all, Lucas asks, what motivates you to make another video when you finish one? I don't really know. The channel keeps me busy, because if I didn't have a channel, I would be even more lazy and whatever. I don't really know what I would really even be doing most of the time. So it keeps me busy, plus I have a lot of ideas all the time, and I'm always wanting to do something. So it's just I don't know, it's just become a cycle. It's kind of become a routine, and it's fun. It's gratifying as well. There's my answer. It's not really anything too crazy. Next, Flame Guy 21 asks, what's your favorite game system, console or handheld? My favorite console is probably the Switch, because it's just it's a very versatile console, I think. It's very convenient, like the menu really quick. You can just hop into a game, and there are a lot of just awesome games on the Switch. I think it's Nintendo's best console. You know, I mean, sure, the legacy content isn't great, but hey, I've had a lot of fun with that console, and yeah. Well, I guess it does also count as a handheld, but I don't really think of it as one. But my favorite handheld that isn't the Switch is the 3DS, because just amazing library. It is unparalleled in handheld gaming. I know some people are big Game Boy Advance fans, and I am too, but the 3DS, I mean, it's got some of my all-time favorite games. I have a lot of memories with the 3DS. It's just a great console that I love. Blue Ninten asks, what are the best kind of noodles? Well, I regret to inform you, but I'm just not a huge pasta guy, really, so I'm not a noodle connoisseur, but the weeaboo inside of me, it just has to say ramen. It just has to say ramen noodles, like Maruchan, ramen noodle packs, those things. I mean, those are great. Those slap. They're easy to make. They taste good. It's nice and warm. It's good to eat when you're sick. They're tasty, man. I've been eating them for a long time. I've never had real ramen, though, but I'm sure that'll change at some point. Moody Mafia says, hope you've been doing okay, my guy. I definitely have. I've been doing very well. And he asks, what games would you recommend during quarantine? Well, I personally am not really in quarantine anymore. I've been going out and about like normal pretty regularly. But if you do find yourself in that situation, I would personally probably recommend something that kind of has some sort of routine to it. I know a lot of people were playing Animal Crossing New Horizons when the pandemic started, because, you know, that's kind of a very routine game. Personally, lately, I have been falling head over heels for Persona 4 Golden, because holy crap, that's like top 3 favorite game right there. I mean, it's so good. So if you're stuck in quarantine, you got nothing to do, I would recommend just playing that. I mean, it'll suck you in. It'll make you forget about all your problems. I mean, I'll probably do some kind of video on Persona 4. So, you know, just play Persona 4. Please. You're doing yourself a disservice if you're not playing that game. Alright? Alright. Game Retard asks, what are your favorite albums? Well, I will gladly tell you. My tippity top 2 favorite albums are Green Day's American Idiot and Blink-182's Enemy of the State. With American Idiot, some of my favorite songs are just all over it. I mean, it's amazing. I love how anthemic it sounds. I mean, I don't think the production is perfect. I mean, there's not a whole lot of volume dynamics, but I don't care, because Jesus of Suburbia is the best song ever. And Enemy of the State, it's just a very fun, sort of feel-good pop-punk album. It's the best pop-punk album of all time, in my opinion. I mean, it just puts a smile on my face every time I hear it, and it just puts me in a good mood. But, I mean, that is obviously not the extent of my favorites. Some other favorites would be Dookie, Blink's Untitled album, Discovery, Weezer's Blue album, OK Computer, System of a Down's Toxicity, Black Parade, Songs for the Deaf by Queens of the Stone Age, Demon Days. I mean, I could go on. The Muckamuck asks, if you were going to make your own video game, what kind of game would it be, and what kind of story would you go for? Also, what kind of graphics, 2D or 3D? Would it be pixelated, or would it be more detailed? That is a fantastic question. What kind of game would it be? It would either be a top-down adventure game or a 2D platformer, probably. A story, I'm not sure, but it'd probably be more of a tongue-in-cheek story. A lot of humor, that's probably what I would write. You know, nothing too serious, something kind of fun and wacky, and maybe even like set it in modern day or something if it was like an adventure game. And as for what kind of graphics, 2D for sure. And I'd probably have it in like a hand-drawn style. So yeah, that's kind of what kind of game I would make. Although I will say, when I was like in 5th grade, my idea for a career was to make games, but I had no idea how making games even worked. Blasek Hybrid asks, when will you ever do a face reveal? Please read this in a Carl Weezer voice if you can. Well, I'm very photogenic, so I'm not quite ready to be showing my face in my videos. It's I'm not very I can't do this anymore. I'm not good in front of a camera, really. It's not something I've practiced, but eventually I will do one and start doing camera bits in my videos, because there are video ideas I have that like need them, kind of. So face reveal could be soonish, maybe in season 3. I don't know. I would just probably have to practice being in front of a camera and all that. Like, I don't think I'm ugly or anything. It's just I'm not experienced with being in front of a camera and all that. Like, I can barely smile for a picture without it looking really awkward. But yeah, sorry I couldn't hold that Carl Weezer voice. I'm just off my game today, I guess. But anyway, Fusefall asks, looking back at your channel so far, is there anything you would have changed besides make better videos? Actually, no. And I thought about this. So I'm kind of one of those people that's like, you know, things happen for a reason. If I did go back and change something in season 1, then maybe season 2 would have turned out differently. And maybe it would have been for the worst. Who knows? Honestly, I wouldn't really change anything about it. Really, I mean, it is what it is, and I learned from the mistakes I made in those videos. Like, because of the criticism I got from the Star Tropics voiceover, I tried to be a bit more alive in front of the mic, but then with Sonic 1 and 2, I learned that being alive is annoying, so I kind of had to find that middle ground, and it's because of those learning experiences that I was able to grow. So. And then he asks, any notable video cancellations during season 2? There's like a couple. In September, I was going to try and review this really obscure Game Boy game called Survival Kids, which is actually kind of an interesting game. It's a survival game on the Game Boy Color, was it? Yeah. And I mean, it was okay. It was very interesting, but I accidentally deleted the footage, and I never even started a script, and the game was kind of getting annoying anyway. It was kind of a rough game. And then the other one, which did start a script, was going to be a video on the current state of Nintendo. This was like December, because that was when, you know, free melee and limited releases and all that crap happened. And for like a blip, I thought I had some thoughtful things to say, but as I was writing it, it got really tedious, and I was like repeating other people's statements, because like, yeah, like I agree, Nintendo was a rough company, blah blah blah. But then I kind of just remembered that I don't really want this channel to be a place of complaining about this stuff, because I mean, I don't like making very negative videos. It's one thing if, oh, this game sucks, it's just a game. But like, then you're talking about this big business and talking about the issues of their business tactics. I don't want to talk about that. That's not fun. You know, I don't want to make videos about that. That was about it of canceled videos that I can think of, really. What games in 2021 are you looking forward to? I don't know. Freaking new Pokemon Snap looks pretty fun. New Mario Golf looks kind of interesting. Aside from those two, I can't really think of too much. I know there were some things in the PS5 announcement that looked neat, and a few other things. I mean, there's probably a bunch that I'm not remembering, such as the new Famicom Detective Club remakes that are coming out. Those look kind of interesting, so I might pick those up as well. Does your baby mess around? 1, 2, 3. My baby don't mess around, 'cause she likes me so on this function. Do you like 100 gex? Psh, of course I do. 100 gex? That's like the peak of music. I mean, just listen to this. It's amazing, bro. Hyperpop is the future. But seriously, I think 100 gex is very annoying and terrible, and they're very gimmicky, and I don't think they will last very long, and I want Hyperpop to die. Amiben asks, least favorite console? I'm not really sure. I don't know if I have one. There are definitely some that I dislike or like less than other people. I never got into consoles from like the 70s and stuff. Like, I'm not really an Atari guy, but I'm not actually a huge fan of the NES. At least the console itself. Like, a lot of a lot of games from that time I find, because they're byproducts of the arcade era, they have limited continues and stuff, and I don't know, I find that kind of annoying. And if I were to play those on an NES, I'd probably like a lot of the games a lot less. Like, who's gonna play Mario 3 like all at once if you never played it before? You're gonna die repeatedly, and there's no saves, and how many worlds are in there? I don't know. A game no one likes that you do. The thing is, I have very basic taste. I haven't played that many games, if I'm being honest, but I will somewhat defend Shadow the Hedgehog, kind of. I know people really don't like that game, and I mean, I wouldn't say it's good, but is it like that bad? No, I actually really like the neutral path in Shadow, so there's that. I don't know, I'm pretty basic. There are lots of games that other people like that I don't. I could definitely be answering that. I'm in favorite pasta shape. 2 noodle questions. That's pretty funny. The little bow tie ones. Those are kind of cute. Again, I'm not a pasta guy. I don't eat pasta, but you know, those little bow tie ones, they're pretty nice. And finally, Amoebin's Junk Drawer asks, do you have the Among Us Happy Meal? Oh, I have the Among Us Happy Meal, alright, and let me tell you, it's crazy stuff. I mean, mine even came with the imposter, dude. Like, my Happy Meal, I mean, it's pretty sus. It's pretty freaking sus. But just remember, you can only get it at 3 a.m., okay? You can only get it at 3 a.m. Well, alright, that was pretty fun. I enjoyed a lot of the questions here, so thanks again for everyone who asked a question. I really appreciate it. And now, time for some channel updates, I guess. I have really just 2, but they're fairly big. First of which, this one's a bit important, but I am graduating high school next month, so that's gonna bring on some big changes in my life, obviously, which will most likely impact the channel a little bit. So I don't really have a job currently or anything like that. I haven't done anything adulting, so you know, it's gonna be a bit of a big transition. Who knows what's really gonna be going on in that time. I mean, it's, you know, crazy that I'm at this point in my life now. You know, hopefully it all works out well, but at the same time, it's, you know, exciting because I can, you know, move on and do what I want to do. But the rest of the year is going to be a bit uncertain in terms of what I'm going to be doing, when I'm going to be doing it, what my schedule is like, and all that stuff. Who knows? It's a bit hard to predict. So with season 3, uploads will probably be a lot slower. Lately, I've been able to put out a video like monthly, but with what'll go on, I mean, I'm not sure. I have a lot of bigger ideas that will take more time. Hopefully, I'm still able to be at least, you know, sort of consistent. I'll try and, you know, work around it, find time to work on things, because, you know, I want to keep this channel alive and going and try and make it grow. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there that, you know, things might be a little different and up in the air and uncertain and all that stuff. So honestly, it probably won't be too bad. I mean, there might not be a huge change in the upload schedule. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I can't be guaranteeing monthly videos all the time if I'm busy trying to find a job or whatever. But in those possible little batches of silence between videos, then there's one thing that might be able to fill the void: the official Row Reviews Twitter. I've never actually used a social media platform like it, so it's fairly new territory. And you know, I've of course heard horror stories about, oh, Twitter's horrible and whatever, which, you know, it is, but I decided to take the risk and just try it out, and hopefully it can kind of, you know, help fill those gaps, maybe even help the channel grow a little. Who knows? But yeah, so it would be very much appreciated if you followed at row_reviews on twitter.com and see whatever I'm doing. But, you know, I think it'll be, you know, good can come out of it. I mean, I've heard, you know, it's good for networking, so, you know, I could branch out more and whatever. I'm also planning on commissioning someone to do a new Row Reviews avatar profile picture, because the current one it's just a little lame. So that'll probably happen at some point, and you'll be able to know when that's happening on the Twitter. But there's one other thing I thought about using Twitter for, and I don't know when I'll do this, but one thing I'm going to do after I graduate is I'm going to be learning graphic design and all that stuff, because I found out that it's a very interesting thing. I really like doing it. I just enjoy graphic design. I like seeing it. I like hearing people talk about it, and it's something that I've come to enjoy doing. I've even done graphics for people locally, and it was fun, and I made money off of it, and the people I did it for liked what I did. So I was thinking of doing graphic design commissions in the same way as like an artist would do commissions for drawings and whatnot, but in my case it would just be logos or whatever you would want. I mean, it'll be pretty cheap. I'm still an amateur, but I'm not awful at it. I mean, my thumbnails look pretty nice, but it was just something I was thinking about, and I think it would be beneficial of kind of getting my foot in the door with freelancing and stuff, because my ultimate dream is to do freelance graphic design for people all across the country and whatever, because that would be just a really cool thing. I can work independently. It'll be fun. I'd be always doing different types of things for different people, and I think it'd be really cool, and I think doing commissions early on would be beneficial. So I'll sort something out. So, and in terms of how it would work, well, you just have to follow Twitter to find out. And yeah, that's that. Graduation, new phase of my life. Who knows what will happen? But I'm kind of looking forward to the future, especially with season 3. I think it'll be really good. If the things work out, then I think it'll be some of my best stuff. I would like to kind of hone in on the more unique styles of videos I've done and the more personal styles of videos I've done, because that's usually the stuff that turns out good. So there might be kind of like less of me just reviewing a game. There'd probably be a little bit more to it, or at least I would try to add a little more to it, because that's what makes videos interesting. But I think season 3 is going to just be all about refining and just kind of honing in on the style I've kind of made, if you even want to say I have a style. I have a lot of cool ideas in mind. I think it'll be really good. I think it'll be really fun. So yeah, just stay tuned as always. I don't want to say what the season 3 premiere would be, only because I don't know if it will be. It's something I've been working on for a while, and it might be a little difficult to make. I'm also trying to upgrade my computer currently. Hopefully I can do that in next month. So honestly, there might be a season 3 might be a little ways ahead. I'll see, but again, follow the Twitter to see what's going on. I mean, that'll just be where I am, I guess. I mean, I probably won't be using it that much. It'll be good for keeping you guys updated, which is something I would really like to do, because I can't use community posts, which makes me angry, but oh well. But yeah, I'm rambling at this point, so I think I'm gonna wrap up the anniversary video here. I would like to thank everyone for watching, liking, subscribing. I mean, I passed 100 subscribers this past season, and that was really cool to see. Thank you to nearly all 2,000 of you who've watched the Halloween hack review. Thank you to everyone who submitted a question. Thank you to everyone who's left a nice comment that made my day. Just thank you all. Thank you for just being a fan, I guess. I think that'll be all. See you guys next season.
Now the world is mine. Today's my graduation. I've done my dissertation. Even got a hat I can throw, but I'm not going. Today's my graduation. So on to education. Didn't learn a thing anyway. 窓の外ばかり見てた。丸と×だけだった。そんな世界にさようなら。一人卒 卒業 Today's my graduation I've done my dissertation Even got a hat I can throw I'd like to thank my pets My friends, my family I did